Vanakkam, Gurudeva, and everyone. Wonderful to be with you today. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavaditamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And we'll share the screen here. We're looking at May 14th, which is today in Asia, May 14th. Our first topic is an interesting one. Should parents teach their kids religion? So this came up a few years ago. Some parents actually think they shouldn't. So the subtitle is, in a globalized world, people are questioning the need to pass their religion on to the next generation. Let's talk about that. For millennia, it has been standard practice for parents to pass on their religious tradition to their children. It has also been common for parents to want their children to join the family's faith community. Times have changed. Nowadays, a significant number of parents consider themselves spiritual but profess no religious affiliation. Many follow secular humanism. Others focus exclusively on the secular education of their children, not wanting them to participate in religious activities or classes, as they see no career value in religion. That's a great phrase, career value. Some are simply against religion. Marriages are now common between spouses of different faiths, particularly in Western countries. Recently, I heard some parents question if they even have the ethical right to ask their children to accept their religious beliefs and practices, reasoning that each human being should find his or her own spiritual way forward. Then there are the pragmatic rationals, too busy to teach religion at home, not knowing enough about the religion, not attending religious activities on a religious basis, not being proud enough of their faith, and wanting their children to blend in well in an international school setting. Hindu parents who don't plan to teach religion in the home need to give serious thought as to how the next generation will learn the basics of good conduct and duties to family and community. Religions have traditionally been the most common source of this knowledge. On the web, you can find some statements as to how children, given time, will figure out by themselves all about conduct and duty. However, I know educators who have sufficient personal experience to strongly disagree. They have shared with me their dismay that many students in their school regularly cheat to get ahead in class. To them, winning is what matters, and the virtue of honesty is of lesser import. So you may have seen that too, and it's not just true of children, true of adults too. The goal is to win, and exactly how you do it is not necessarily virtuous. Are there non-religious resources for teaching ethical conduct? Positive psychology is one example. We use some of the positive psychology concepts in developing the 64 character qualities. Respect for its comprehensive approach to learning values and duty. Respected for its comprehensive approach to learning values and duties. It has developed 24 character strengths described as the psychological ingredients for displaying human goodness, and they serve as pathways for developing a life of greater well-being. So they have their own website there. It's a good organization. To understand how religion is being taught, we can turn to the 2019 book, Religious Parenting, Transmitting Faith and Values in Contemporary America, authored by Professor Christian Smith and co-authored with Bridget Ritz and Michael Rotolo, who interviewed hundreds of individuals of diverse religious backgrounds, including Hindus and Buddhists. They discovered that despite massive diversity, parents share a nearly identical approach to socializing their children religiously. Interesting. For almost all, religion is important for the foundation it provides for becoming one's best self on life's journey. On a small scale, we did some research in Asia among Hindu parents and found that many hold a similar perspective, that faith training develops character and helps their children to more confidently and effectively handle life's challenges. Parents shared with me that religion is like a kite string that holds an individual to his or her earthbound roots and keeps them from drifting into oblivion. One parent explained that learning about the many challenges Hinduism faced in past centuries teaches children how great Hinduism is. It cannot be destroyed. That's a nice photograph, and it shows how massive some of the temples in South India are. In my opinion, the ways in which Hinduism can provide benefits to one's life are significant and should not be dismissed. Let's explore three ways its life is benefited. And before we look at my three, we'll ask you the question, what benefits come to your mind from teaching religion to children? How are they benefited? The first benefit I list is finding enduring happiness. This one is one I bring up a lot because lots of people are unhappy and they don't realize that happiness is inside you. Parents are naturally focused on raising their children to be successful. To many, success is defined as almost exclusively material prosperity, which is best achieved by pursuing a high-paying, highly demanding professional career. Of course, this strategy includes marrying an equally educated and socially positioned spouse. This definition of success ignores a crucial component, being happy. I have met dozens of men and women who shared that they had always thought professional success and financial abundance would make them happy, but found that it did not. Hinduism teaches that lasting happiness does not come from what we achieve in the material world. That kind of fulfillment is fleeting. Whatever is gained can be lost. Enduring happiness comes from abiding in our soul nature, our inner spiritual self. Gurudeva stated it this way: learn to be happy by seeking happiness not from others, but from the depths of the soul itself. To achieve this, he taught, put a smile on the faces of other people. Gain your happiness and your positive states of mind by making other people happy. He knew that contentment comes from giving, not from getting. The second benefit is controlling anger. There are few things that can ruin the quality of life more than anger. Therefore, learning to minimize expressions of this negative emotion and eventually eliminate them is important. A deep understanding of the law of karma allows us to accept what is happening to us as what should be happening to us and not become angry about it. We accept that it is our karma to experience what we are undergoing, both positive and negative. Whatever is happening to us is precipitated by our actions in this and past lives. Third benefit, reducing stress, common problem these days. Hindu children face stress in the form of major exams in school, which start as early as age 8 in Asian countries. Under such stress, they can't do their best work or learn effectively. Hatha yoga asana routines have the power to balance the nervous system and reduce anxiety if performed regularly every week. Another method is the regular practice of diaphragmatic breathing. The basic idea is to train yourself and your kids to breathe from the diaphragm and not from the chest. This is the natural way. It is how babies breathe. However, once we take on life's tensions, the diaphragm tightens and we tend to expand the chest when we breathe. The diaphragm can be felt right below your solar plexus, just below where the ribs separate. To locate it, place your fingertips on the diaphragm and cough. When your fingers are directly on the diaphragm, they will jump as you cough. Whenever you need to relax, such as before and during an important meeting or exam, just take 1 minute to breathe deeply from the diaphragm. Doing this a few times will convince you of pranayama's power to ease tensions in the nervous system. It will become a tool you can use in many situations. These 3 examples clearly show that the beliefs and practices of Hinduism are designed to help an individual live a happier, more creative, and more successful life. Here's a quote from a participant in our informal survey in Asia. Learning a religion is paramount, especially with the kind of challenges children face these days. More often than not, Hindu religion is narrowly viewed from the ritualistic point of view. Many fail to see the entirety of the religion and how it encapsulates human life as a whole in all aspects. Metaphysics, yoga, Ayurveda, human values, rituals, Vastu, astrology, and culture. If Hindus realize how wholesome the religion truly is, I am sure they will be more than willing to teach or send their children to religious classes. And a quote from Gurudeva. There's no better way to conclude than to draw from the bold wisdom of Gurudeva. Speaking to an audience of Saivite Hindus, he stated, yes, we have but one duty to perform, to pass our religion on to the next generation, the next, and the next. How is this done? Through Saivite education, building more schools. We must educate our youth well. The alternative is to allow Saivism to be conquered by atheism, to be conquered by Christianity, to be conquered by Islam, to be conquered by existentialism and Western rationalism, materialism, and secular humanism, and to be conquered by the liberal neo-Indian postulations which seek to cut the roots of tradition. Pretty strong. That's Gurudeva. Our only hope lies in educating the children, the young minds which are open and eager to learn, but which are being enticed away from their heritage. Hold them close, protect them, love them dearly, and give them the treasures of Saivism. That is the greatest gift you can offer them. Everything else will perish. Everything else will decay. Thank you, Gurudeva. Our second topic is answering questions sent into satsang@hindu.org. This is an interesting question. Can a computer ever truly be conscious? Longer version of the question. As a software engineer, I work with and developed AI, artificial intelligence, tools. I don't think they could ever have consciousness. They are essentially advanced prediction engines. However, many people in the computer science AI research communities, and now the world, seem to believe it is possible that we will have computers that are conscious. Oh, answer. Consciousness, at its simplest, is sentience and awareness of internal and external existence. However, its nature has led to millennia of analysis, explanations, and debates by philosophers, theologians, linguists, and scientists. Opinions differ about what exactly needs to be studied or even considered consciousness. That's what Wikipedia says. So the important point is there is a lack of agreement on what exactly consciousness is. So to answer the question, you have to first define how you are looking at consciousness. So we're not trying to say there's only one way to look at consciousness, but we're just giving one way. So this is Gurudeva's idea of consciousness. Consciousness and awareness are the same when awareness is totally identified with and attached to that which it is aware of. To separate the two is the artful practice of yoga. Naturally, the Shumchef language is needed to accomplish this. When awareness is detached from that which it is aware of, it flows freely in consciousness. A tree has consciousness. Awareness can flow into the tree and become aware of the consciousness of the tree. Consciousness and mind are totally equated as a one thing when awareness and consciousness are a one thing to the individual. So that's Gurudeva's point of view. Even a tree has consciousness, and you can become aware of the consciousness of the tree in a mystical state. Well, based on that, to me, it seems that consciousness is the quality of that which is alive. A tree or a cat, for example, have consciousness as long as they are alive, but not after they have died. Therefore, our current computers are not alive and therefore do not have consciousness. So that's the answer based on Gurudeva's concept of consciousness. It's a fact. It's a quality that only belongs to living beings. Next question is simple. In the home Ganesha Puja, flowers are not available. What else is acceptable? Can leaves be used? Yes, leaves can be used. If leaves are not available, then uncooked grains of rice called akshata can be used. And we get our third topic, wisdom, which is a 64th character quality, and congratulations are due. We completed all 64 character qualities from the book. We'll need to find a new topic. So, 64th character of our character building workbook. How would you define wisdom? The workbook gives this definition. Wisdom is holding an enlightened perspective. This is cultivated through living well, reading, reflecting deeply, talking to the wise, and accessing intuition. The opposite is foolishness. And the first quote from Gurudeva, the spiritual intellect described herein is none other than wisdom, or a wise dome, if you will. Wisdom is the timely application of knowledge, not merely the opinions of others, but knowledge gained through deep observation. And second quote. Wisdom is the cumulative knowledge of the existing laws of reincarnation, karma, dharma, and the all-pervasiveness and sacredness of things blended together with the psyche, the very soul of the Hindu. And our third quote, wisdom, which is the timely application of knowledge, guides truthfulness for the adult. To attain wisdom, the adult must be conversant with the soul nature. So it's a quality of the soul. Comparing the actions of one who is wise to one who is foolish. First situation, confronted with conflicting views on global warming, you, wisdom. Read the opinions of experts, examine both sides, and come to a solid conclusion of your own. Foolishness, accept the official opinion of your political party without confirming the science. Second situation, faced with job hunting the day after college, you. Wisdom, talk to 5 successful people in your field to learn from their experience firsthand. Foolishness, go to a psychic who uses tarot cards to determine the direction of your new career. Third situation, told by a doctor that you have a mortal disease, you. Wisdom, spend days meditating on your life and how you will face death in the months ahead. Foolishness, call your best friends over for an all-night party, enjoying the oblivion of it all. Reflection, take a moment to identify a few ways in which you could improve in wisdom. And the assignment during these 2 weeks takes extra effort to find the depth of experiences around you. Thinking more deeply than usual about matters and responding to others with your most balanced and relevant thoughts. And thank you very much. Om. Om. Om.